cravings for rejuvenation and exploration. Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
He started off with a cracking 50 in the first innings. Bhim Sharkey is the new man in at number 5. Nepal in a big trouble here, 37-3 already, chasing a huge target of 311 runs.
Yeah, Bhim Sharkey in at number 5. That's a big blow, whatever about the first 2 wickets. To get Powdell, maybe the most consistent batter for Nepal in this series, is a huge blow. Sharkey gets off the mark with an inside edge. It's a wicket taking over. The 17-year-old tells his elder colleagues to calm. It's 38 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Asif Sheikh, Kushal. Yet another unnecessary shot by a Nepali batter to get out. Lakra. 2 different left-arm orthodox. Lenny Iron, the youngster, he bowls flatter through the air, sometimes gives air, but talking about Lakra, he has a long, high arm action. He gets that bounce. He's a tall guy.
Yeah, and that certainly has been good pairing in tandem, isn't it? Just think these two weren't even in the team 9 months ago. Both debuted in the last 3 series, and really all of the wind has been taken out of the sails of the chase with that wicket of Powdell. Whatever about the first 2, you don't want to lose either of those 2, but losing the skipper, as you said off air to me, a shot that probably wasn't necessary.
They were getting the runs, and he didn't time that as well. He got the inner half of the bat, and brilliant catch by Mohammad Wasim, diving to his left.
Beautifully bowled, good revs on the ball. Right now, an eerie hush hangs across the ground because UAE are dominating this game. They have dominated the last 15 overs or so. It's been one-way. Unable to make any contact. The 2 left-arm spinners just bowling where they want and keeping things very tight.
Yes, Bhim Sharkey, he can play a fiddling role in the crease, but he'll have to stay there. Nicely bowled again. The ball drifting into the right-hander. Maiden over for Lakra. Nepal 38 for 3 after 8.
Warm services to delight your senses. Taking hospitality to newer heights. Nepal Airlines.
Cutting-edge technology. जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Engineered to delight.
केही फरक पर्दैन। मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
Early 3 wickets inside the 10 over the first power play. Now Kushal Burdell, he has to play nice. He has to bat there. He needs to stay there with Bhim Sharkey, build up a partnership, just get closer to the target. If they reach around to 50 and 40 overs or 45 overs, there's still a chance if wickets are remaining.
Sweep shot, angles probably into the pad. Khan thinks it's out. I reckon it's missing off stump. It's turned quite a bit. There are a few fans. I wonder, are they making their way out of the ground? Reasonably steady flow. Yeah, I think that's going to miss off stump. There's a shots right on the money again. Big concerns right now for Nepal. This chase is going nowhere.
They'll have to stay there, just play it late for the slower bowlers, Ayan and Lakra, like what Rohit did earlier. Tried to slog sweep that, got the inner half of the bat down to in front of square in the leg side, just a single for Purtel. Talking about batting in such situation, in such a track for the slower bowler, you have for the medium paces. That is what we saw earlier. Purtel hitting a 6. Nicely swept, but straight to the fielder.
UAE noticeably better in the field. That's our Farid, who's on as the sub fielder. And they've had their issues in the field, but they've been spot on the money.
Yes, they have. They've been diving around, tumbling around. We didn't see that earlier in the series.
Nicely swept around the corner. That'll be 4. We'll just bring a bit of relief, a bit of ease to what has been a very tough patch. 6 runs off the over. Nicely played by Bertel. It's 44 for 3.
तपाईको कपालमा कसको हुकुम चल्छ स्प्लिट एन्ड्सको जित या हेयर फलको फैसला हेयर प्रब्लम्स मतलब हेयर ड्यामेज डभको 1/4 मोइस्चराइजिङ मिल्क र केराटिन एक्टिभ्सले कपाललाई भित्रैदेखि रिपेयर गर्छ अब सुन्दर लहलहाउँदो कपाल जसमा चल्छ केवल तपाईको मर्जी डभ गुडविलमै छ विश्वास जनताको गुडविलमै हो साथी सफलताको
Goodwill Finance, financing for success since 1995.
Over he bowled was a maiden over, a good over for UAE. The last over that he bowled. Nepal 44 for 3 in 9 overs. Kushal Purtel moves to 20 of just 14 deliveries, whereas Bhim Sarki 2 of 8. They need to spend some time in the middle. Just rotate the strike, play with soft hands. There are lots of gaps. And the fielding of UAE is not.
Swept around the corner. I think this is going to be 4 more. Could be back-to-back boundaries. Outfield very quick as the sweep shot is proving effective right now for Nepal. And those couple of fans who might have just disappeared out the gate could be doing a quick U-turn coming back in.
Yes, nicely done by Bhim Sarki. Got a glove to it. The intent was right. Getting your front foot outside the line of half stump. That is how you should sweep a ball. Get your front leg outside the line of half stump. The LBW is going to be ruled out of the play.
Single, might be over, throws, no. Good work from man at long on, it comes around, or long off even. It's because you can get 80 or 90 off the last 10 comfortably that you can afford to go at 5 and over for maybe the first 30 overs. Let's just take this forward. If it's 150 for 3 with 30 overs bowled, it's very much game on again. Another sweep around the corner, good stroke. Doesn't beat the man this time though. Zahor Khan gets around to keep it to a single.
Yeah, I think the Nepali batters, they want to sweep every ball. That is what Bhim Sarki did in the first ball of the over. I think that's too much of a risk just for a single. 50 is up for Nepal inside 10 overs.
Yeah, our graphics just lagging behind, I think, with all the people at the ground. Difficult to keep up with them. 50 up in the first power play as Sharkey and Bertel look to build something. I'm going to need to build something special. But again, on a very good batting surface, it's always easier said than done this. Bat for 20 overs, score at 5 and over, take it to 150 for 3 after 30. You're still in the game then. If it's 80 for 5, the game is over. Nice back foot punch will be a single. UAE certainly looking sprightlier than usual in the field.
Yes, after 10, Nepal, they are 52 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality ma number 1 huneko raj ho, advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality ma number 1.
मेरो ग्लो
Hazrat Bilal is replacing Ayan Khan, the youngster from the pavilion end. He had a very good outing yesterday, taking 4 wickets of PNG. He's a very smart bowler, Hazrat Bilal. He bowled with some aggression yesterday, bowling some bouncers with good pace, bowling back of the length. He found his length yesterday.
Yeah, with the absence of Kashif Daoud due to injury, it's given this man, he gets the ball for the first time outside the first power play and the second power play, a real chance. He's 35 years of age, Hazrat Bilal. He's only played 6 ODIs, not out the decision. This is close. This is very close. And if it's given as leg buys, which it is, I just wonder what this is missing. Maybe height.
Yeah, the ball didn't bounce as much as what Kushal Bhurtel thought. Yes, probably the height. It hit the inner thigh pad. The benefit of the doubt goes to the batsman.
Well, look at the look back from Bhurtel. That was the look of a naughty schoolboy looking back at his headmaster, knowing he's done something wrong and he's in trouble. He was waiting for the dreaded finger to go up. Instead, a very marginal one, maybe just the height. And the bounce from Bilal going to carry that over the top. That's what the Sri Lankan umpire, Wimal Siri, believes. That would have been a big wicket from his first ball. Bilal pulled with some control, but no timing. Pick up a couple of runs into the leg side. Fresh off a career best, 4 for 47. That was just yesterday.
Bowling it back of the length, banging it into the turf, bowling those heavy balls to the batsman. Abhim Sarki got that nicely controlled shot, but no timing whatsoever. Not a boundary, but able to take 2 runs.
Don't need to play too many shots. Looking anxious to score boundaries, don't need to yet. Can build with singles, and if there is a good over, you can play out a good over. Maiden's not going to kill you now. 2 wickets will. They will be fatal. That would be the end of the chase. 5 down before 20. The game's gone in my book. These 2 build and bat for 20 overs. Get the crowd back into the game. All of a sudden, maybe, just maybe, still a very tall task, Nepal could get back into the game.
Exactly right, Lenny. They need to bat. They need to bat at least 20 more overs, these 2 batsmen, without losing any wicket from now on. Just built up a partnership.
With the way that this wicket is, and particularly the outfield, look at this, you see it here, generally runs very quickly. You'll pick up 1s, 2s and the occasional boundary. So even if you only score 4 and over for the next 10, That gets you nearly to 100. 100 for 3 after 20 is okay. Go at 5 and over then. Gets you to 150 after 30. Then you can reassess. Speak to Monty Desai at the second drinks break. Right, what are we doing? Who have we got to come? Do we go with Gulshan Jah next? Try and take that impact of the left arm spinners out of the attack whenever the next wicket falls. 3 wickets, a hammer blow early, but there is still hope. Where there's life, there is hope. Dropped! Big moment. If that was taken, I think the game is gone. And it's the 17-year-old with maybe the first blemish that we've seen from him. Again, an aggressive stroke not needed. It's a dolly, really, to be honest, should have been taken.
Yes, it was a dolly that should have been taken at this level. 17-year-old youngster drops the catch. That will go down as a drop catch, a drop chance, I must say. And these two batters, they need a plan. They need to plan and execute those plan in the center. It's not about the planning in the pavilion. It's about planning in the center by these two batsmen.
Big moment in the game. Bertel dropped by Ayan Khan on 22. Guided away for 4. That's what the home fans love. They love a misfield in the deep. Insult to injury. 11 bowled, 60 for 3.
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लो को पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्स को साथ जैस्मिन को सुगन्ध र बदाम को तेल युक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Need to build up an innings now. And the plan should be executed. It'll be an interesting chase if Nepal goes to, let's say, 25 to 30 overs.
Huge, absolutely huge. And we've seen the big ones come from Asif Khan and Mohammad Wasim, and look at that man in the grey top, blowing double kisses to the sky as Bertel, he takes this shot on because Mohammad Wasim is up in the circle at mid-on and he won't be there anymore. The man in a grey jacket there, he was just evading Bertel, blowing him kisses from a distance. Back goes long on, in comes deep mid-wicket. Run rate, all of a sudden, it's a run a ball. Funny old game. Do you still feel they're playing too many shots, Paresh?
Yes, they are. The first two ball, 7 runs off it already. That is more than required rate. So they just need to bat this over out. Another good hit. onto the mid-wicket boundary for yet another maximum by Kushal Bhurtel.
Well, this is such a good shot because of the field change. So he's gone over long on with a straight bat, and now he gets the slog sweep out with mid-wicket having come up. Get it over the head of Mustafa in the circle, you'll get 6. And that's exactly what he's done. It's 2 6s in the over. And all of a sudden, the 2 biggest roars maybe of the entire day. Somehow there's a belief in the crowd again. I cannot imagine what we're going to see if Nepal somehow chase this down. Keep using that word somehow, I don't know what other word to use. Chance growing. Darted in, punched down the ground, good batting, gets the single after the 2 maximums.
Yeah, this is excellent batting by Kushal Bhurtel. 14 runs already off 5 balls. You don't have to take any risk. That particular shot, the run rate is 6.25 already. The current rate and required is under the current rate, 6.21 to be precise.
They're ahead of the rate. How are they ahead of the rate? They've lost 3 wickets. Just need a measure of calm. Don't get carried away with the crowd. Stay in the game. It's a good over, the biggest one of the innings, the biggest one of the chase. 15 come from it. 75 for 3.
Well, you can see by the last over how good this track is for batting. If you miss the length by 3 or 4 inches, you'll get hit for a 6. This is how good this track is.
Have to keep their composure. Bim Sharkey and Kushal Bhurtel. There is a partnership brewing. It's a good one too after the loss of their captain Powdell. No need to get carried away. Runs will come, and every run will be cheered.
On that life, his natural game is to attack, but he has to do it very carefully. He's already got a start. 39 of 23.
Oh, an under-edge, real fortune. Again, Bilal causing problems. I'm getting messages from all over the cricketing world, from Australia, from New Zealand, from down south of the border in India, from the West Indies, from South Africa, from back home in Ireland, from across the Irish Sea in England. Everyone is talking about this game. This is an associate v associate clash. 5 years ago, there was no live streaming of these contests. There was barely even live scoring on some occasions. And greatest atmospheres you could ever imagine. And it's for an associate v associate clash to get maybe Nepal to Zimbabwe if they can win. And for UAE, they're just playing down to Namibia for the playoff. But that's where this Cricket World Cup League 2 has taken associate cricket. It's so good to see. This first cycle has been outstanding. So looking forward to the next one. It's going to get bigger and better in the years to come.
Yeah, credit goes to ICC to make this happen. And like you said, Lenny, 5 years ago, there was no live streaming, no live coverage as well. Kushal Bhutel played a very good shot, guided that down to third man for a single. Now they should do that. The last over was a big one for.
He's a little bit quicker than you think, isn't he? He kind of bends his back right at the point of delivery. Bit of a surprise ball. Sharkey, not tall in stature, takes on the hook, doesn't get much of it.
This is the first wicket to go. Asif Sheikh, needless shot, a very poor selection of shot. Again, soft dismissal for Kushal Malla, not timing that whatsoever, just a check shot, and this was not needed by Rohit Podel. They were just building up a partnership, Kushal Bhutel and Rohit Podel. That was needless by the captain, and Mohammad Wazin, the captain of UAE, taking that blinder of a catch, diving to his left.
For here, it has to be a case of consolidation. It has to be a time to rebuild. And Paresh, how will they do it? They're playing maybe one or two too many shots right now.
Yes, they are playing too many shots. They just need to stay there. Like I said, they need to plan their innings. It doesn't have to be a plan in the dugout, but the two people that are batting in the center, they need to make a plan and execute that plan to chase this target. They need a partnership here. Like you said, Lenny, in 30 overs, 150 for 3, that's not a bad ploy for these batters. Oh, good hook shot. On all the way for 6.
They're spinning with joy in the crowd. He's only just got it over the head of the deep backward square leg fielder. It's a very brave stroke, but it goes all the way for 6. It's 84 for 3. Here's a look at the replay. Very brave shot with the man out. Zahra Farid is tall, out at deep backward square leg, over his head. Look at the reaction.
Bhutel deliberately went up in the air. He wanted to get 6 runs. He was capable of doing so. Moves to 46 of 27. Now this shows, Lenny, how good this track is for batting. If they have a composed mind, concentrate, they will definitely chase this target. It's too early to say that, but if you bat well, like I said, if you have to plan well, execute those plans.
World's Link
has a yard or two pace with him. Bhim Sarki on strike. Look at the chant. I can hardly hear myself here in the commentary box because of the roaring crowd and the grass banks. A spectacular crowd here. More than 15,000 people in the Tiouk International Cricket Ground. A good partnership building in between these two batsmen, Bhim Sarki and Kushal Bhutel.
Well, they're loving every moment, aren't they? A bit of a Mexican wave, a Kathmandu wave, if you will, rolls around the ground. No slip in place. Happy days, say the Nepali fans. 4 more to the total. There's a growing belief all of a sudden. The run rate is rocketing, and it's rocketing well in advance of the requirement. They need just over a run of ball, going over 7 and over now.
I think that was deliberately played by Bhim Sarki. He nods his head. I think he opened the face of the bat. There was an edge, but he opened the face of the bat to get it fine.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I think that's a generous reading of the affairs. Very generous. Paresh, he's starting to believe again. Are you believing at home? All of the Nepal fans. This is quite incredible. It really is. 7 and over they're going now. Now is the time for calm. It's impossible to implore it. Bertel 46 off 27, Sharkey 18 off 21. Just keep batting. These two are together at the 30 over mark. It is game on.
Yes, it is game on if they bat till the 30th over. Like I always say, you need to make a plan in the center and execute those plans. A good start for the over. 4 runs off the first ball. A dot ball to follow up. Oh, that's dropped. Again down to the boundary for 4 runs. Bhim Sharkey dropped on 18 by the keeper, Valthapa. That should have been taken by him. This is a regulation keeper's catch, I must say. He went to the wrong direction in the initial stage. That is why he dropped the catch.
Second drop of the innings and the loudest roar possibly of the whole day. Sharkey, he didn't play for this one. You can't give him that. And it's got to go into our notebook again. The first one dropped by one youngster. That was Ayan Khan. The second one put down by the keeper, Ashwant Valthapa. Wasn't necessarily regulation. It wasn't the easiest, but it should have been taken. So Ashwant Valthapa drops Bhim Sharkey. Off the bowling of Khan on 18. It's getting riotous, it's getting almost over exuberant. Can these two hold their composure for the 4th wicket partnership?
Yeah, that was a definite edge by Bhim Sharkey. Valthapa dropped it because he moved to his wrong side initially. That is why he had to move across to the right side of his. That is why he dropped the catch. And look at the crowd roaring there. A life for Bhim Sharkey and Kushal Bhurtel in this innings, and then they have to capitalize.
Very special. Whatever happens from here, very, very special what you're witnessing live. Don't think you'll be turning off in the next 2 hours. You can't take your eyes off this game. Well into line, well played Bhim Sharkey.
Nicely behind that ball, Bhim Sharkey. Zahur Khan just had a smile to his face. It's not his fault, he got the edge, but the keeper dropped it. He's bowled very well, back of the length. Bowling those heavy balls, hard balls. Like you said, Lenny, UAE is a very good bowling side. It will be difficult for Nepal to chase this target. They have to bat very well. They have to bat out of their skins.
Again, that was played for. Won't be 4 this time. The deep third fielders confined. 9 runs from the over. It's 93 for 3.
बोय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration. Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
Cutting edge technology. Jasle dincha perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Engineered to delight.
To the attack, the premier bowler for UAE. He's a wicket-taking bowler. He was out of the field because he got himself injured on his right bowling thumb, but he's back into the attack from the pavilion end. Gone for 21 in 2 overs, has taken a wicket already off Kushal Malla. He's UAE's premier bowler, a quickie. He can bowl those back of the length hard balls, heavy balls.
This one's guided down to third man, one of Sharky's go-to shots. Mustafa picks up cleanly. He'll have a big role to play today.
Yes, he's the magician of the UAE team. He runs through his overs very quickly, like what Devendra Singh Aire does for Nepal. Two similar character in the field. Apart from fielding, I must say, Devendra Singh Aire. Junaid Siddiq.
No single this time. Siddiq just makes a good angle to discourage them from taking on the one. Extra pace on the ball could be a chance for Bertel to continue his aggressive approach. He's 46 of just 28. And he's really stepping into the shoes of Mohammad Wasim and Asif Khan from the first innings.
Even if you bowl express pace, if you bowl at the right length, it will be very difficult for the batsman to get away. Very well bowled and nicely guided down to third man for a single. This is what they should do now. They've already over the required rate. They should play singles and doubles. That is what Bhim Sharkey is capable of.
Sense of belief. They haven't yet bowled a third of the overs and they're approaching a third of the score. They're ahead of the required run rate remarkably. Quite incredible support. It really has been. Some of the signs I'm Buddy Pradhan, possibly because he took a step outside his off stump. Down the track, worked into the leg side. He wants a couple here. And I think he's going to get them because it's been nicely weighted just to the edge of the 30-yard circle. Good batting from Bertel.
Yeah, that's even good running between the wickets by these two batsmen. Burtel moves to 49. Nicely done by Kushal Burtel. Coming down the track, just playing with soft hands into the leg side. A good running between the wickets by these two batsmen. Very quick. Bhim Sarki, also known as the Jaunty Rhodes of Nepal. And he bats like Jaunty Rhodes. He just nudges around.
Got touch as well and poise. He's been given really good backing by his coaches. And he's getting to 50 again. Big applause from the crowd. It's his 5th one-day international 50 to go alongside his maiden ODI 100. I think he's going to need to double that up at least for Nepal to stay in this chase. He's only averaging 21, similar numbers to Mohammad Wasim, and he's batting a little bit like the UAE captain right now. 32 balls, 4 sixes and 3 fours.
Yeah, that was the shot of the day for me, just guiding that to the gap. Swept well and hit those lusty blows to the spinners. That was poor fielding effort there by Zohar Farid. This was one of the pickup shot by Kushal Burtel. Back live now. Nicely played. Bhim Sarki, forward defensive shot. It doesn't matter if you have a low run of let's say 3 or 4 runs per over till 2 or 3 overs, because they have run on the board. 98 for 3 now, eaching towards 100. This partnership is building up. Now they need a plan. I think they have a plan. They just need to execute that in the center.
Cut. And cut straight to the man. It's a packed area, isn't it? Backward point and a point right on square. And my oh my, how they've got back into this game, having lost those 3 early wickets. Can't quite get my head around. They've been aided by those 2 drops. They're going right at the required run rate. The 30 over mark. Great joy in the crowd. What a run they've been on. 10 wins from 11. But it's no use if they don't make it 11 from 12. They don't.
Place. And the drinks has been called. We'll take a short break here in the comedy blocks. We'll be back soon.
just small embers. Can they build a fire out of those embers? Get it to burn brightly in Kathmandu. It's after 3 o'clock already. This game is going to go right the way to 5:30. And this match, the 126th one in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2, could be set to go the distance.
Yes, that was beaten outside the off stump. A good ball by Siddiq, shot of back of the length. That was not a cutter, it was a seam-off delivery by Siddiq. He's mixing his pace, Siddiq. He's understood that a slower ball is the way to go.
This could be gone. It is. The cut shot and Siddiq roars with delight. He loves it. It's another cutter. The extra bounce from the tall man has found the edge. The drinks break has brought about the wicket, and the game swings heavily now towards the UAE.
Perfect time to get wicket by UAE. The fourth one. Kushal Patel. Was a seam-up delivery. The third ball, again a cutter, and taken a wicket. 2 dot balls and a wicket in this over. A good one for UAE.
Big call. It's going to be Ari Sheikh rather than Dipendra Singh Airi. I think, given the situation, given the big game aspect, I would have been tempted to go with Dipendra Singh Airi. That number 6 bowled brilliantly, would have been full of confidence, was excellent in the field. Instead, they're going to go to the elder of the 2 Sheikh brothers. And that will surely be given as a wide outside the off stump. Junaid Siddiqui's as good as they come around the associate circuit. Fine fast bowler, and the cutter has just proved a bit too much for Bertel to deal with. He was tempted by the cut shot and he paid the price.
Yes, Arif Sheikh has played 29 matches, 543 his total runs in League 2. Junaid Siddiq is bowled very well today, taken 2 wickets already. Very well bowled. Outside off stump.
And the umpire's arms had a wobble there, didn't they? They thought about giving the wide, right, flirting with the wide line. Gets away with it. Shy of 100, they've lost their 4th wicket, Nepal, and they need to find a way into the game. I have to say the approach for the last 7 or 8 overs hasn't been the most sensible. Maybe get a little carried away with the crowd. Understand the concept of a counter-attack, but it wasn't what was needed.
Exactly, it was not needed. 4 wickets down already under